Toilet paper and facial tissue are both made using cellulose, one of the building blocks of all wood. Aspirin is made from the bark of willow trees. Soaps and lotions are both made using fatty acids derived from trees. Cellulose from trees is used as a thickening agent in hot chocolate, and we use the fruit of the cacao and coffee plant to make chocolate cookies and coffee. Terpenes from trees help to give toothpaste and chewing gum a minty flavor. Esters derived from wood are used in your favorite citrus soft drinks. All of these materials are actually goods from the woods. Paper wasps can actually make paper just by chewing on wood, mixing it with their saliva, spitting it back out, and sticking it together. Unfortunately, the trees must be cut down in order for us to utilize all of the parts it provides. We can minimize the amount of trees that need to be cut down by recycling the materials we use, like paper. Step 1 is to take scrap paper, tear it into strips, and then tiny little pieces. The smaller the pieces, the better. If they're too big, you'll still be able to see the words from the old pages. We're using scrap paper from some old assignments here at A Time for Science. You can also use junk mail or some bills you'd like to get rid of. Just be sure not to add any plastic or any of this shiny paper. After you have your paper shredded up, the next step is to add water. Just add enough water to completely cover the paper inside your container. Next is the fun part. Stick your hands in there and really break up all of those pieces. It helps if you can let the paper sit for several hours or even overnight. If you want to skip this step, you can always put it in a blender. Once you have your paper blended up and mixed in with the water, the next step is to take a frame with some window screen attached in between two picture frames. You want to slide that down into your mixture and kind of wiggle it back and forth so that the paper is evenly distributed among the screen. Then you want to slowly lift it up out of the water. And just use your hands to wipe off any excess around the sides. Then you want to use an absorbent material like felt or even an old sponge or washcloth to press out the excess water. Then you want to flip your paper out onto some newspaper to dry. I know not everyone has these screens lying around. Maybe you don't have the materials to make this. It's also fun to just make freeform paper on your own. Use your hand as a surface. Take your pieces. They'll kind of stick together as you're working. You can squeeze all and make some sort of creature or critter using recycled paper. Here's a little head. After your paper dries, you can peel it up off of the newspaper and write a little note to someone you care about. Practice your letters and share it with your friends.